Hi guys, this is Alex. Molly and I are the hosts of the TV Guides podcast, and you've currently downloaded or are streaming episode 6. Just super exciting. Thanks so much and keep listening. Today we'll be discussing episode 11, the one with Mrs. Bing, when Chandler's mom visits, and episode 12, the one with the dozen lasagnas, when Rachel's relationship with Paolo becomes a little bit more complex. I just wanted to let you guys know that we thought that our mics were working for this episode, but they weren't working, and so the quality still isn't very good. But stick it out because I've already edited the next few episodes, and they sound really amazing. The quality is really great, and the show is just way better and easier to listen to. This one's pretty good too, so I think you'll enjoy it. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, like, all that crap, and enjoy the show.
So smooth, and I sound like some stupid high schooler. Hey, what's
Hello, everyone
up?
out there in podcast listening land, and welcome to our new and improved podcast.
You sound like Delilah.
This is Delilah, and tonight we'll be playing all your favorite romantic songs. If you have a request to send out there to a loved one, please give me a call.
I think only Northeast people would get that, right?
Oh, if you haven't heard Delilah, you need to go driving late at night somewhere and listen to that stuff. That stuff is intense.
My cat was smelling the microphone.
Is it really a Northeast thing?
I don't know, but I mean, most radio shows aren't.
She speaks in sort of a slow, sultry voice and sends out
I'm sure they
songs.
have something like her wherever they are.
I'm glad that you are here with me tonight. My goal for the evening is to help you put all the headaches, all the heartaches, all the stress of the day out of your mind for a bit and find a little relief. I'm not suggesting you run away from your problems. I'm not suggesting that you stick your head in the sand and pretend that they're going to go away, but I am suggesting that you take a little bit of time for you. Time to relax and unwind and focus on those that you love. The phone lines are open if you have a request or a dedication you would like to make.
Yeah, send us, hey, the two of you, wherever you are, send us your version of Delilah because we're interested.
2 likes on Twitter.
Oh my God, you guys. 2
We started a Twitter.
likes.
And we already have so many followers. 90% spam.
How many do we have?
I don't know. The last time I looked, it was like 40.
Dang.
I know, right? So we got mics.
Yes.
Because we ballin'.
If you can't tell. We don't sound like we're in a tin can aquarium anymore.
Well, we don't fully know. This is the first one. So we don't really know what we're doing.
We'll find out later.
It took us we planned to podcast 2 days ago, and
So
it took us the whole time just trying to figure out how to set it up.
And then Jimmy started snoring.
And then
then today we've had 2 separate conversations.
We had to.
We have lives, people.
We have lives.
Barely,
like my boyfriend.
But we do.
My boyfriend coming home and falling asleep behind me. It's real. That's life. I have to arrange my schedule around him snoring.
That's the truth.
It is. It is.
So, anyway.
Well, so we decided that even though... Oh, well, welcome to TV Guides Podcast.
Right, this is the TV Guides.
We haven't done that yet.
We need to get more disciplined about that. We usually just jump into conversation.
Like we did today.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. We're a casual podcast. We do this
you
for
guys
fun.
Don't mind, right?
No. If they're listening to us, they don't care.
The 2 of you? The 2 of you don't mind, right?
They're cool.
You guys are awesome.
But I'm Molly. I'm in Baltimore, and that's Alex.
Alex.
And
I'm in Austin.
And
that's in Texas.
In case you didn't know.
Yep.
And this is TV Guides Podcast, a podcast we decided to do because we needed a hobby.
We were very bored with our lives.
And we like podcasts, so we figured,
It took us a very long time to decide to come up with the idea to do a podcast.
It did.
We actually met because of podcasts.
Yeah.
So, we didn't meet because of podcasts, but we both love them.
We met because of unfortunate circumstances where I ended up working at the same job that she worked at.
Like a romantic comedy.
It was our meet cute.
And then I moved away.
Like a month later. But we still became best friends.
We did. Despite it all.
We persevered.
Like Sleepless
through
in
the
Seattle.
Thick. We've had no thin. We've only persevered through the thick because...
Yeah. I mean, we live in America.
A month of thin. So we decided, so basically we talk about Friends because Alex has never watched an episode and I've watched all of them and know them all by heart.
Yep.
So we thought it would be entertaining. And most people that we talked to said, sure, it sounds like it could be entertaining. So we were like, let's go with it.
Thanks, Gilmore Guys, for the idea.
Yeah. And like every other podcast that we're basically copying.
Pretty much, yeah.
But it's okay, because, I mean, there's only so many things you can do. But we decided to implement...
We say that until we find out that there's a podcast exactly the same.
I mean, I think there are. I mean, there definitely are other podcasts called TV Guide, because I had to play with that. But that's why we're TV Guides Podcast. One of a kind.
And if you guys want to watch Friends too, it's all available on Netflix right now.
It is. Plugging the best show on Earth. On Earth. First season
I'm still in the first
isn't.
season.
Yeah, I keep telling her first season isn't the best, but it's never the best. There has never been a good first season of any show. I mean, they're good, but not
The West Wing.
Not great. But so we decided to implement a new segment.
Oh, right.
As celebration of us upgrading our podcast and spending $120 on mics. And we made a website. That was $120 too.
We've been spending a lot of money.
On something we're never going to make any money on.
On an untenable project.
But you know what? It's the price to pay for happiness.
Whatever. It's just funny. I got paid today.
I'm getting paid. You got paid today? You got paid on Wednesday?
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm sorry. I get paid tomorrow.
Oh, I was about to say, bitch.
I already spent some money today. I should have thought about that.
No, I get paid tomorrow, too.
I got my pay stub today.
I have $30 in my bank account right now.
Nice. Just living close to the bone.
I am. I had to get a new tire today, and God knows those are expensive.
So do you get a tiny tire for the Fiat?
I get tiny tires because I have a tiny car.
Are they less expensive?
No.
Damn it.
My Jeep, when I had a Jeep Wrangler, my tires were like $2-something. And
each one?
Yeah, they were really expensive. My Bug, the tires were like $40.
Whoa.
Like nothing.
So like Tinker Toy tires.
So you would think that my Fiat would be even less than that because technically they're smaller tires than the Bug.
But it's Italian.
No. They're fucking
Parts for Italian cars are expensive.
They're $120 each.
Oh, that sounds so like, terrible.
It's a quarter of my paychecks.
120? I think mine are 150. But they're always like used.
It's still so much money.
I live the used car life.
Yeah, we have a truck.
Always will.
See, my Jeep was really expensive. And those were for new ones, and I never got new ones. So I'm sure that my used tires were probably like $150 for my Jeep, too.
Yeah. You got a new tire?
I got new tires for my Fiat. I'm a baller.
Fancy girl.
I even got them ordered.
Oh my God.
Because they didn't have them, because no one has a Fiat.
What luxury.
But yeah, they were $120. However, they're having a sale in 2 weeks, and nobody knows about it.
How did you
just in case anybody's interested in buying tires.
Is that our sponsor? Fiat tires?
No. It's Firestone. Firestone is having a sale. Buy 2, get 2 free. It's hush hush. They're having it in 2 weekends.
All right, guys. So go out and get your tires.
Go get your tires for a sale that I'm not endorsing.
Just get some extra ones.
I'm not
never know when
positive
you need
it's
another
happening, but the lady told me that it was.
So your tire was completely dead? You couldn't patch it?
There was a nail in it, and it was too far out for them to patch it.
Oh, that sucks.
So at any minute, the nail could have fallen
My tire
out.
has been patched dozens of times.
Yeah, my tires have been too. My back right tire had been patched like 3 times. But
I wonder how long you could do that until
like,
it becomes something that's not a great idea anymore.
Maybe you don't do that.
But it's only $20, so of course
I think
I'm gonna
after
do
the
that.
first time, you're not supposed to do it again.
Yeah. Well, I've done it a couple times.
I have to.
I have AAA.
That was my first thought, was let me call AAA. They can patch it. And Jimmy
They
was
don't
like,
do most things.
They're not going to patch it.
They come and they're like, oh, we can't do that.
We can't do that.
So you have to wait an hour for a guy in a little minivan to come out and tell you he can't help you.
Yeah. That's annoying.
But it's comforting.
Yeah, I do like AAA. They've helped me out in quite a many
I've never
jams.
used it because I just feel embarrassed.
You've never used it? Oh my god, I've used them for everything.
Like what?
Flat tires. One time my muffler fell off my car. I had them come out.
Oh my gosh, what car?
My Wrangler.
Damn, that thing is
It
falling
was
apart.
It was a POS.
What's the deal with Jeeps?
I don't know. There was holes in the floor.
What's the
You could
deal
see
with
through the
Jeeps?
floor of it. It leaked under my engine onto my leg.
Ew.
I know.
Gross.
It was a handful.
Well, I can recommend the Ford Ranger 2004.
Is that your car?
Single
I didn't
cab.
even know. It was a truck.
And if you can get it after a pest control company has used it, even better.
My mom just got home, so she may or may not come say hi.
Okay, so what was our segment?
Oh, so our segment, I don't know what we're going to call it. We toyed with the idea of coffee talk or just things that irritated us this week. I kind of think they coincide because whenever we've gotten coffee, we've talked about things that have irritated us that week.
Usually in the coffee shop,
Yeah,
something has irritated us.
it's true.
If you're going to the Quarry Lake Starbucks.
Oh my god, they suck. They sucked today. I went to them today and I asked for... What did I ask for? Oh, I hate when they correct you.
Yeah, they've done that to me too.
It's not...
The older lady?
Yes.
Oh my god.
She's a spitfire.
Once I was at the bakery counter and I guess there was a line or something and she said, do you need food or are you going to get a drink? And I was like, oh, I'm just going to get a coffee. And she said, okay, what would you like? And I said, can I get a tall Americano? And she said, well, do you want a coffee or do you want an Americano? And I was like, an Americano? Because that's what I asked for?
Yeah, I asked for today. I said, I want a iced coffee, a grande iced coffee with caramel and skim milk. And she was like, so you want a caramel iced coffee, a skinny caramel iced coffee? And I was like, yeah, that's what I said. And you know that's what I meant. So you didn't need to say it back to me like that.
You have to say the appropriate name.
Could have just rang it
Otherwise
up.
it's invalid.
Just give me my coffee. It's 8 o'clock and I went, or it was like 7:30 and I went to the gym before that. I don't need to deal with you today.
I've already done more than you. Is that young guy still working there? That kind of floppy guy?
No. I haven't seen him.
I
There
feel
was
like
also...
the week that I started at our job, he started there, and she was always like giving him so much crap. Like everything he did was wrong. She was.
I feel like she
wonderful
does that with
person.
everybody there.
Shout out, lady at Quarry Lake Starbucks.
That lady does not even probably have a cell phone, and you know it.
She's our listener to
she
our
does not
podcast, and
keep
she's
up.
like, I really liked you guys until now.
I thought you were so cool. No, I think people like just run through that place because I've seen a couple people there that I've never seen before. Or I've never seen again. Like I've seen them like once. There was a really cool girl there with like a really cool haircut. I've seen her twice.
Nice.
And I haven't seen her in like months. It's a bummer. I liked her.
I think I've already told Molly this. At the corner of my street is a gas station, and there's like a quick stop market in there. And it's a guy, and I want to say it's his son, unless I'm being racist. His son. I mean, I'm assuming. There's a younger guy that works there, actually, his other son lives in Ellicott City. I don't know if I told you that. But he always wants to, like, have a conversation with me when I come in there. And they set up the gas station so you can't pay outside, so you have to go in. And, one time I was coming home from work, and he said, "Are you coming from work?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Where do you work?" And I said, "Insert place of business here," like the type of business. And he said, "No, like, where do you work?" And I was like, I said the same thing again. He said, "No, what's the name of the business?" And I was like, okay. I told him the name because he wasn't going to remember it. It's just a bunch of people's names. And then he was like, "So what are you, a receptionist?" And I was like, really? Receptionist? You think that just because I walk in and I'm a girl? I mean, I am a receptionist, but that's part-time. Yeah. So I said, "No, I'm in accounting." And I enjoy that. But it just reminds me of, like, so many times, like, I remember being in high school, like 15, and there was this creepy pizza place, like, in the city where my school was. And I would always go in there because you don't know what the hell you're doing when you're, 15. Like, whatever, it'll be fine. And this guy used to, like, ask me my address. Like, every time I went in, he was like, "So what's your address?"
Ew.
I know.
Ew.
Right?
Okay.
I think about that sometimes, like, I was at this intersection the other day with just waiting for the light to change in my car, and this girl walks by, and I think she's probably, like, the same age, like 15 or 16. But I was like, I bet so many guys just, like, stare at these kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's a baby. Like, she's a kid. But, you know, she's, like, gone through puberty or whatever. And so, like, guys are just staring at her.
I know.
It's such a crazy thing to think about.
It's really gross because I go to the mall, whenever I go to the mall with Jimmy and his daughters, his one daughter is 16 and I'm 26. And I look young. A lot of people think that I'm under 21. And we walk through the mall and it's so gross watching people look at us because I know that, like, it's fine for me, but they look at her the same way they look at me. And I'm like, ew. Yeah, totally. And I hooked up with older guys when I was their age. So my story is, I am here and I hear, like, a huge knocking at my door, a very aggressive knock. And I go open it, and it's this little tiny man, like, basically hollering at me because my mom, she paid her homeowner's dues 2 months late. She didn't realize it because she started paying everything online because of me, and you have to pay this by check. And it's $100, and she didn't pay it for 2 months. We've lived in this house for, like, 35 years. I've lived my entire life in the house. She's never paid this late before. So she paid it 2 months late. She remembered while she was on vacation at Myrtle Beach, and she mailed in a check from Myrtle Beach. Well, apparently, because she was 2 months late, they charged her a late fee of $100, and she still owed the late fee. And basically what he was telling me was that if she didn't give the late fee to him by Friday, he was going to have to send it to collections. And I was like, first of all, it's $100. I can write you a check for that. It won't go through, but I can write you a check for that so it doesn't go to collections. Second of all, I just told you she was on vacation for 3 weeks in Myrtle Beach. I'm pretty sure she has $100.
Yeah, you think you just saying that she's been out of town would be enough to explain the situation.
Thirdly, she's been out of town, so she hasn't gotten your numerous letters that you keep yelling at me about her sending to her. So, for like a few weeks, like not for a couple of days, a few weeks, she hasn't received her mail. And then he was like, well, someone's been here. And I was like, yeah, I've been here. And he was like, well, who are you? And I was like, her daughter for 26 years, who's lived here for 26 years. I think it's okay that she didn't pay this on time.
I love that he thinks that maybe she'll just pack up her house and move away.
Like, what?
And just leave everything behind so she doesn't have to pay this late fee.
I know. And then he was like, well, we called her too. And I was like, well, she was on vacation, and any smart person doesn't answer a number they don't know.
I mean, I do
And he
that.
was like, well, I left her a message. And I was like, well, she's 67 years old and doesn't check her voicemail, just like I don't, and I'm only 26.
Whose parent actually checks voicemails?
No one's parents listen to voicemails. They
Parents
send
check
voicemails, but they don't
don't.
listen to them. I don't know. So basically, I calmly calmed him down and was like, listen, she's never paid it late before. It's $100. She was in Myrtle Beach for 3 weeks, forgot that she owed it, sent you a check from Myrtle Beach, which, by the way, he threw that in there. He was like, I got a check from her for Myrtle Beach, and I guess she just, like, remembered.
Story
and I was like,
checks
yeah.
out.
Story checks out. She sent it from Myrtle Beach. And then...
So hold on, you're saying that she was in Myrtle Beach when she sent this check from Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. So then he was like, I was like, so she's back now. She got back yesterday and worked a 12-hour shift today. I will make sure she writes you a check for $100, which I can guarantee you she has because she was just on vacation. So you can come back tomorrow and get it. And he was like, okay.
He's very persistent, man.
It's homeowners association. You need to chill the fuck out.
What do they do? Like a neighborhood watch?
No, I don't even know if we have a neighborhood watch. I know they mow the field behind our house.
Oh, okay.
And we have like that community pond thing that's fenced in because there's snapping turtles in there.
Oh.
But that's back there.
I've seen a snapping turtle in North Baltimore before, and I always wondered how it got there. They put them in the ponds? The man-made ponds?
But they live in the pond behind our house.
Oh, okay.
One laid eggs in our front yard.
Those things are mean.
They're real mean.
They laid eggs in your front yard?
Yeah. My dad had to dig them up.
That's really crazy.
Yeah. There was another irritating story that I wanted to tell. Do you remember what it was?
Was it work-related?
No. It usually is, but not today. Today was a good day. I would like to complain about the naked people in my gym. That's a good thing to complain about right now.
That's relatable.
That's relatable. So I go to Gold's Gym, and I love Gold's Gym. Huge advocate. I've gotten a lot of people to join. I'm a big fan. I try to go when I'm feeling it.
That's the problem.
But I'm a big fan. But, so I've belonged to that gym for like 2 years. And I've seen people change completely. I changed completely. I changed my bra. And I changed my underwear. But I don't hang out naked. And I haven't ever seen anybody hang out naked until recently. I've started going before work. And I get to the gym at 6. And I work out for about 45 minutes. And every single day, I see people in the locker room just walking around, talking to their friends, talking on the phone, butt ass naked.
Oh shit. Sorry.
I appreciate your astonishment.
My battery was dying. So it's the same woman?
No, it's multiple people. There is one woman that I see every day. I have seen her naked body more times than
Her significant other?
anybody else. But
That's
I
uncomfortable.
I just don't get it. Like, I change. I'm not afraid to be naked in front of people, and I'm not upset to see your naked body. You do you. It's fine. I just don't understand.
Well, he's
how
a
you
real
can just...
prude.
Yeah, right. I just don't understand how you can just walk around the locker room butt-ass naked and, like, hang out and talk to your friends. You're not at home. Like, this isn't your home.
I can't even imagine that level of confidence.
I know. And then this one lady, I walked in and she was bending over in front of me, butt naked, and I was like, oh, I just don't need that.
Before you go to work in the morning.
Yeah, this is my wake-up call.
Before you even have coffee.
Today I saw 3 naked people.
God, what's up with Gold's
naked.
Gym? Planet Fitness people are a little more shameful. You know, that's why they go. That's why we go. Include me in that group. Planet Fitness is so ridiculous that they have, like, painted on the walls, no shade, no judgment zone, and things of that manner.
Y'all are touchy. Gold's Gym is for meatheads.
I want to go. I don't like Planet Fitness, though. I mean, it's a great deal for the price. But
Gold isn't that bad. I paid $30.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad. And honestly, I have belonged to so many gyms. And I have never loved a gym more, nor have I seen more naked people.
Many nudes. And that's what you get for the price.
That's what you get for the price.
That's included.
Bunch of naked, middle-aged women hanging out in the locker room.
I remember that a lot at the YMCA. The YMCA, there were a lot of people that would be nude.
Just why? I mean, again, I don't mind seeing your naked body. And I share mine every time I'm in there. I just don't need to see you standing
for minutes at a time,
talking to your friends, bare ass naked.
They spend more time naked than they spend working out.
Well, like that one time I went in there and the lady was in there for like, I don't even know, at least 30 minutes naked, because she was naked when I walked in doing her hair, and then she's naked when I came in and changed to leave. What are you doing?
What are you even doing? All right, we should get started on the show.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so now for the main event.
Now why you guys subscribed or downloaded.
So we are on episode 11, the one with Mrs. Bing. Oh, also, I've started taking notes. I'm getting real with this shit.
You're outdoing me, Campbell.
Yeah, I'm killing it.
Okay. I guess we'll just play and see what happens, because I don't know what's going on with mine yet. I'm at the beginning when they're walking across the street, but...
Okay, me too.
Okay.
Mine's buffering. Got a buffer. Alright, it's going. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. So, the first thing that we need to address...
Oh,
by the way, we started this yesterday. We did about 10 minutes of this podcast yesterday before Jimmy started snoring, and we had to stop. So, I think that the main thing that we discussed during that 10 minutes was Phoebe's amazing outfit to begin this episode off. She looks like she's wearing my grandmother's couch. Or her curtain.
I kind of like Monica's look in this scene, though.
I do too. I get it.
I like Monica's coloring. Like her dark hair and then her pale skin.
Yeah.
I sound like a serial killer. I like her pale skin.
I like her pale skin.
Put on that leather beret again.
the fun that we have with our new mics.
I love that.
I love the idea that they have the girls catcalling, though. Even though it's not really catcalling.
It's the weirdest catcall. Woo woo.
It's not woo woo. It's not a catcall. There was a lot of other things the writers could have put in that.
She probably couldn't wolf whistle or something.
That's true. But one of the two of them could.
I feel like if someone was like, whistle, I would have done that. I would have gone woo woo. Like, that would have just been my, like, bad instinct.
That's really true.
Woo woo. Oh, that was.
But Joey does make fun of it later in the episode, so maybe it was the whole thing. I don't know.
So
and this whole idea is insane.
Do you want to describe what's happened so far?
So they woo-wooed at a guy who was in the middle of the street, and he got hit by a car, and now is in a coma. And they know nothing about him because they'd never met him before, and they woo-wooed, and he got hit by a car before they could talk. So now they're like feeling some sort of responsibility and trying to take care of him at the hospital, even though, I mean, I don't really know that they would allow you to do that, to be honest.
It seems like they wouldn't, but, I mean, because, Molly, you know better than I do because your mom works in the hospital.
Yeah, I should ask
But I was an
her.
EMT for a while, and they were very strict about who goes where.
Yeah. Like, you can't just, let random strangers walk into some guy's
I mean, I love how they think that
especially
you're
if he's in
a couple
a coma.
EMTs with a stretcher, and they still think that you might be, some sort of evil figure.
Right. But especially with a guy with a coma. Like, it's not even like he's awake. I mean, he's in a coma.
They take the whole coma thing very, very lightly in this episode.
They do.
Always seemed like a very serious issue.
If I did this, if I wooed at a guy...
I would have felt horrible.
I would have felt horrible. I would have, not come out of my room for weeks until I found out he was, alive.
Well, I think
what
the more accurate thing would be...
What if he died?
Yeah, they should be in the waiting room, beside themselves. If they're even allowed that close.
I know. I don't understand anything about this part.
The reality of this episode.
So now they're back in the hotel. In the hotel.
Back in the hotel.
They're back in the hotel. They're back in Monica and Rachel's apartment, and they're discussing Chandler's home life. So this is where we discover bits of details about his childhood. So what we know so far is that his parents got divorced. They announced their divorce at Thanksgiving, and it's because his father cheated on his mother with the pool boy.
That's right.
Now we're finding out
So the dad was the cheater.
The dad was the cheater, but he was a cheater because he had sex with the pool boy, so he was gay and a cheater.
Oh, twist.
Yeah. Entering little, taboos into the sitcom world, which is one of the reasons I love Friends so much. But, so now...
Yeah, that's a kind of a joke you would hear in a show now, I feel like.
Right, yeah, totally. But this is 1994?
15 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And so now we're finding about his mother, who is a sex, maniac. She's super... I don't know, what would you call her? She's a romance novelist, but she's a very sensual. Yeah,
it's
definitely an extrovert.
Yeah, she's out there. She's very. Because
I want to write romance novels. That's one of my goals in life. We'll see if it ever happens, but that is one of my goals. And
are you going to turn into Mrs.
I don't think that I would actually.
I love that a romance novelist is doing an interview on Jay Leno too.
Yes, what is that? I don't think they ever have authors on talk shows.
I think that they got Jay Leno and they're like, oh, we have to put Chandler.
We have to do something.
They have a good chemistry though. Chandler and not Chandler.
Jay
Mrs.
Leno.
Bing and Jay Leno.
Do you remember the movie with? I have no idea who's in it, but the guy becomes in a coma, and I think it's no, I don't know. The guy becomes in a coma and the girl takes care of him. It's a whole movie, though.
It sounds familiar.
I have it.
I'm gonna Google coma movie.
Coma movie. But I wonder when that came out, because I wonder if that paralleled with this and they stole the idea, or if the movie stole the idea from Friends. Because it had to be around this time, because it was definitely an 80s or a 90s movie. I keep wanting to say Sleepless in Seattle, but that's definitely not it.
It's because we already talked about that. Oh, there is a movie. Have you seen the movie Coma from 1978?
No.
Oh my god, you haven't?
No.
So, I have a little story.
Okay.
I went to an arts high school, and
of course you did.
Since then it's become a very sophisticated. They remodeled everything. There's a new director, and it's much better. But at the time, I had a physics class where we didn't ever learn physics. We just watched the movie Coma over and over again. And Coma is the weirdest movie ever. It's a sci-fi movie where people steal bodies, and it's very 70s, and I highly recommend it.
Where is the patient?
Coming right down, Dr. Cohen.
You enter a major metropolitan hospital for routine surgery.
What's the matter?
I don't know. Something goes wrong.
She never woke up.
No. What if it wasn't an accident? Now, the #1 best-selling mystery becomes the most thrilling suspense film of the year. Geneviève Bujold is Dr. Susan Wheeler.
Been about a dozen of these coma cases here in the last year. They're always different. Hard to imagine it's murder.
Are you sure?
Susan, what do you think? There's a conspiracy at the Boston Memorial Hospital?
I'm fine. I don't need a shrink.
But I think it's important to have on the record.
She's under stress, a little paranoid.
Well, she thinks there's a conspiracy.
Does she think you're involved?
Michael Douglas is Dr. Mark Bellows.
No, I don't think so.
First rule of crime.
Keep it simple.
Somebody is putting people into comas. They're murdering them.
And that's my story. And I never learned physics.
You watched it over and over again?
Yeah, that, and then we watched Osmosis Jones. Do you remember that movie?
That's so weird.
It was very unregulated.
Very different from my extremely strict Lutheran.
You went to private school.
Private school.
I went to public school. If you guys couldn't tell from that story.
Oh god, I learned like all about physics in high school.
That's awesome. I wish I did.
I didn't retain any of it, so don't wish that you did.
I mean, I think it's cool when people know physics or understand it.
Yeah, but I don't know. Most people don't remember shit like that they learn in high school. I think it's too early to learn stuff like that. You have to learn that stuff in college, or else you don't retain it.
You retained it enough to do like AP tests and SAT tests to get into college and then relearn it again.
That's true. Is it called While You Were Sleeping? Look up While You Were Sleeping. I think that's what it is. And he's gonna come. I wonder. The audience just heard my brain frustration noise.
Sandra Bullock with Peter Gallagher.
Yes.
From the OC.
It is Sandra Bullock.
And from guesting on The New Girl as Schmidt's dad.
A ticket collecting romantic pretends to be engaged to an unconscious man, but can't fool his brother. 1995. They took it from fucking Friends.
Oh.
I knew it. I knew it was around the same time, and I was just wondering who took it from who.
It's just like a Sleeping Beauty remake.
It's a good movie, though. Yeah. I have it. Well, it's decent. So, we're encountering a really fun scenario in the episode where Ross is really upset about Paolo and Rachel.
Ross is making that Ross face. That just imagine it, and it's there. I want to smack it.
Ross is making the face that makes you not want to feel bad for him.
I'm just a sad puppy dog.
But at this point, though, I hate Paolo so much. And I hate him so much.
It's only going to get worse.
He's literally the worst person on earth. They have the most nauseating relationship. Him eating that chip out of her hand has bothered me since I was 5 and watched this show for the first time.
You know you have OCD when
when an episode where someone eats a chip out of someone's hands bothered you for
as a
20
child,
years.
it's bothered you.
It did though. It's weird. You know what scene I'm talking about? The one that just happened. She's eating. He eats the chip out of her hand.
Why would he be doing it? Why wouldn't she be doing it?
The chip. It's disgusting. First of all, why are you feeding him a chip?
It's a real
Who eats
food.
chips out of people's hands? Second of all, you just ate it like you were eating a meatball sub. Get out of here. I don't know. I hate their relation. And then he licks her hand. Stop.
You just start with half a dozen European cities, throw in 30 euphemisms for male genitalia, and bam! You have got yourself a book.
My mother, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, any messages for room 226? You okay, Slutter?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
What is with you tonight?
Nothing.
Okay, thank you. It's the Italian hand licker, isn't it?
No, it's the one he's licking.
She's supposed to be with you.
You're good.
Oh, Ross, listen to me. I have sold 100 million copies of my books, and you know why?
The girl on the cover with her nipples showing?
No, because I know how to write men that women fall in love with. Believe me, I cannot sell a Paolo. People will not turn 325 pages for a Paolo. Come on, the guy's a secondary character. He's just, a complication you eventually kill off.
When?
I do root for Ross over Paolo.
I really like Joey in this episode. His backbone is cool. I like that he's like pushing him to be honest. He looks like a little kid.
Joey is extremely into like the brotherhood throughout the series. He's all about like friends.
I'm
and,
surprised
like,
they didn't do more with Paolo being native Italian and him being second generation or third generation or whatever. That would have been interesting.
Well, I mean, in the first episode that we meet him, he doesn't like, he goes into like the language barrier because she's like teaching him how to say things and the whole Poconos thing.
Yeah, but I mean Joey being Italian American and Paolo being Italian.
Oh,
but they didn't do much with it.
No,
they had too big of a story with
her. Well, and I think it's different. Like Paolo's such like.
Wouldn't it be so funny to find out Paolo was American?
Like in real life?
No, just in the show. That he was like putting it on. I feel like they've done that in other shows.
It. Yeah, I'm sure they have. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I love her look right now,
The sweater he's got on.
It's terrible.
Every stoner in college has that.
That's true.
Standard issue. Poncho.
I do. I'm wildly attracted to Joey in this episode. It's true.
Even in that look. Because he looks like the guys that you dated.
He does. He's my type. That's true.
Oh, he's short. That's right.
Oh, so I wrote a note and we passed it, but we have to talk about the fact that Nora's name is Nora. And that's definitely a nod at Nora Roberts.
Nora Ephron. Nora Roberts.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
But that's definitely a nod at Nora Roberts, and fellow romance novel enthusiasts will know she's like the best one.
She's the top dog.
And that was definitely a nod. Definitely a nod.
What is this Etch-a-Sketch? Like, what are they going to do with it?
On the back of their door?
No, the Etch-a-Sketch on the patient's table.
Oh, there's an Etch-a-Sketch that appears on the back of Joey and Chandler's door and one
is that
season.
like an
I'm not sure
joke?
if it's this season. It is. Every episode the writers would write or draw like a picture on it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Little fun fact.
This is just such a weird story.
It is. And you need to watch while you were sleeping because you'll be like, that's fucking
They made a whole movie about this.
They made a whole movie about this. One of my notes was gross Paolo.
It only gets worse, though, when he gets the massage.
It does. It's just like you... Ugh.
Is that this episode? That's the next episode?
It's the next episode.
Oh my gosh, Ross's tie. Chandler's shirt.
I'm so glad wide ties went out of fashion.
I like the weight bench. It's like in the middle of the living room.
It's such a guy's apartment.
Their apartment looks like our house.
It does, kind of. That's funny. I do like the open shelving that they have in both of the apartments. You know what I just realized? That wall of shelving that's behind the fridge, next to the door, that is not there throughout the series, and I've never noticed that before.
Yeah, I got transfixed by all the random food, all the loose food.
It's not there. That must be why, because I bet it distracted people, and they figured out that it distracted people, and they got rid of it. Because I have never noticed that there's shelves there.
Gatorade with like one sip out of it.
Most of the time, there's nothing there.
Yeah,
it's like a wall.
Random tchotchkes.
That's really funny. Look, I'm learning new things because we're analyzing it. I mean, things definitely changed. The window that's behind Monica's sink the background behind that changes in like every
really?
episode. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like sometimes
On
there's a brick
purpose?
wall, and sometimes there's like a building, and sometimes there's another window. I don't know. It's just inconsistency, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that they got rid of that shelving unit because it's distracting.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
It's
like,
a lot
crammed
going
in
on right there.
Rachel's writing her version, her romance novel, or her memoir? I don't know.
Yeah, a romance novel. She's trying her attempt at attempting a romance novel. She's doing better than I did.
You got it, girl. You're gonna get it.
I've written like a sentence. And then they're like,
writing is hard. Ugh.
Let me go watch some TV. I know.
I thought I wanted to write, and then I took a writing class, and I hated that I had to keep writing every week. Frustrated me. Like, I want to do it
that's
once
different
and then forget about it forever.
Between like a writing class and being a writer, though,
Yeah.
I feel like most writers don't do that.
Right, regularly, you mean?
No. I mean, they might say they do, but most of the writers that I know don't. Most of the writers I know write like an entire book in a month.
Damn.
And then don't write again for like a couple of years.
Well, I guess you need like a lot of experiences to draw from.
I mean, I don't want to. Well, I guess I could. I would want to write.
I don't mean necessarily like write down exactly what's happened, but you know what I mean, like to be creative again.
Yeah.
I love all the
I'm trying to
kids.
get her to post some stuff on our website.
I don't know what to write about, though.
I told you don't have to write anything. So, like, since I'm kind of a writer, then I'll write the blog. But you do, like, graphic arts and drawing and painting and stuff. You should upload
But I don't know if
pictures
people
of
would be
your stuff.
interested in that.
No one's going to be interested in my blog either, but there might be, like, one person
It's
that
relevant.
likes it. I think that you should. I think you should upload your some stuff.
Okay.
And let the people know a little bit more about you.
Okay. It's always been a Freudian nightmare. If she always behaves like this, why don't you say something? It's complicated.
Oh.
How would you feel if a friend kissed your mom? A close friend.
I don't know. I think it's different because his mom's like hot and young. Not that my mom's not hot, but she's 67. She's not like.
Yeah, I feel like it would be different.
She's no Nora Banks.
If she were like that sexual, it would be weird.
I don't, and she's not. So I just like I can't imagine it because I don't see her as like being sexual. But
I mean, it would.
He definitely sees his mom as being sexual. That's like who she is, and so like I feel like if
whole being would make me uncomfortable as a
right,
child.
like if your mom was like that, I don't think it would surprise me very much. I mean, I might not be happy about it, but I don't think it would be surprising.
Well, I think he's got a lot of issues with his parents.
Yeah,
How
that's for
everything went
sure.
down.
That is for sure.
So her name is spelled Buffay, not like an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah. Buffay. So do you think that he's being ungrateful?
To what they've done?
Yeah.
No, I feel like he's
I
being
don't
normal.
either. I feel like he's being normal too.
He's probably
He
like,
has
what are
no-
you weirdos doing in here?
He has no fucking idea who they are.
And they're also responsible.
But
So
you know
I
what
don't
happens
get it.
in while you were sleeping?
Mm-mm.
They fall in love. Who would have guessed?
I just don't like, how did he not have any ID on him? Like, I'm so
I
caught
hate
up
that
in the
now.
logistics of it.
Didn't you have a wallet?
Yeah, he has to have family. He's a normal guy. Or someone that knows who he is in the city of New York.
I'm holding the microphone away from my mouth while I eat Cheetos.
See you around. I think this is such a, even though this story is kind of stupid, it's like a pretty good description of the issues that happen within relationships, or at least when you're getting to know someone. Because she expects so much from him, and he's like, see you around. I'm like, that's pretty much what you're gonna get. Like, if you could just change your expectations to that level, you wouldn't be so upset by it. We never talked about the prize we met at South by at Moon Tower.
Yeah. So we'll take a break in between episodes until that's
okay.
fine.
Andrew.
Andrew, if you're listening. I didn't even remember his name. Good for you.
I did, because I remember wanting to tell the story afterward.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was so unbelievable.
I was the queen of ghosting, and I know that that's, like, a tough subject, and people have strong opinions on ghosting, but I'm a big fan of ghosting. Listen, there's nothing wrong with ghosting, and here's why. First of all, if you ghost someone after dating them for, like, a month or two, you're a bitch. There's a problem with that. That's bitchy. If you ghost someone after going on one date with them, you're not a bitch.
They can't have built up any expectations.
Right. That's called normal. That's called, I went out with a guy, I didn't like him, I'm not going to continue talking to him. If he thinks that you're in a relationship now because you went on one date, that's his problem.
And that's a
more of a reason for you to ghost him, because he's batshit crazy. So, I'm a big fan of ghosting, and I've ghosted a lot of people after the first date.
We were at Moon Tower, Molly and I were at the happy hour event, and this guy came up to us.
Well, let's prelude with the fact that this was the best happy hour.
Yeah, there were the most people.
Best. And it wasn't the happy hour, it was the after show mix and mingle. So it was like 12 o'clock at night.
It was pretty late.
And it was the best one. There were so many people there. That was the one that we saw Kate Flannery.
Meredith from The Office.
We saw Jackie Kashian and Aaron Foley, who were really great comedians that we saw at a show earlier that day.
With Maria Bamford.
We saw Arden Mirren there. We saw Chris Cubis.
I feel like Ron Funches was there too.
Ron Funches was there, but we weren't sure. We actually didn't get to talk to him.
He's lost a little bit of weight, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, from like the back. If you don't get a good look at him from the front, it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
but so anyway, all these people were there, and it was amazing. And this guy. So he sat down.
You were like into it at first.
I was into it
at
first. For you, I was totally into it. I was like, you need to make eye contact with this guy.
At the beginning, and then it got weird.
And he was pretty cute. He was cute. I think it was weird because he was drunk.
Yeah.
He was definitely drunk. And, I mean, you would think at a mix and mingle kind of thing, like, most people got drunk.
And I'm gonna, if you don't bring it up, there are 3 things he said that we need to talk about.
Okay. And I feel like most people got drunk, but he got, like, out of control drunk.
And I kind of feel like he just wandered in.
Well, and this is, like, it's not a prestigious event, but it is a badge holder event, and it's kind of, like, a nicer event. It was in a nice place with, like, up-and-coming people, so you're not supposed to really get sloppy.
Yeah, the Stephen F.
I feel like it wasn't like a sloppy thing, and he was definitely on the verge of sloppy.
You can't really afford to get sloppy in that bar.
No.
It's too expensive.
It's too expensive, and you would miss out on so much stuff. If we had gotten drunk, we would have
But he didn't give a crap about
He didn't know who anyone was. He didn't know who anyone was. He asked me if one guy that was there was the guy from Modern Family, and I was like, definitely not. Just, no.
So he sat down, and we talked for a little bit. I think that he said he moved to Austin 5 months before, and I was like, oh, cool, I moved here 6 months before from Baltimore. And he was like, oh, that sucks. I was like, fair. I mean...
Fair observance.
I guess. Let's see. And then we decided to go outside because I saw Aaron Foley walk through the door, and I really like Aaron Foley. And Molly was trying to convince me to like face my fears and meet people that I like. And so we went out onto the deck area to go and find her, and she was sitting in like a corner booth with Jackie Kashian and some other people. And I think, did we meet Kate Flannery before that? I feel like we did.
Yes, we did.
And yeah, so after that, he was kind of like lingering, and he told Molly that she reminded.
Oh my God!
That she reminded him of a friend at the time. I told Bianca this, and Bianca couldn't believe it.
He told me, he was like, "Hey, I really have to tell you something," and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "You really remind me of my friend that died, like, last year." And I was like, "What?" We had just met.
I mean, like,
we
with
had
the
just
braids
met
and
like a half an
everything.
hour prior to this. And for all we knew, he was trying to like hit on one of us.
Yeah,
and
he was into you. He's like, you remind me of my friend that died.
I was not about that.
And so then we finally found Erin Foley, and I got to take a picture with her. And as I was taking a picture, Molly was taking a picture of her and I, he said, you know, don't take this the wrong way, but you two have got kind of a mother-daughter thing going on. And I couldn't believe it. I looked at Molly with panic in my eyes, and I immediately, like, touched her shoulder, and I said, no. We're definitely a lot closer in age than that.
And then she looked at me and was like, how do you know this guy? And I was like, we don't know him. We don't know him. We just met him.
Oh my god, and he kept digging his hole deeper and deeper.
Oh my god, he
asking
did.
her how many followers on Twitter she had. And she tore him apart, which I really appreciated. In her finest comedic way.
But you know what? The whole thing, like, I don't understand is she doesn't look old.
So you would just say sisters. And I think that's what she said. She was like, what you want to say is sisters.
Right, but that's what I don't want. Like, even if she was old enough to be your mom, which I kind of don't think she is.
She's probably like 10 years older than me.
Right.
If that, maybe a little less.
Mid-30s.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think that mother would come across my head.
He was just out of his mind on something
because she doesn't look like a mom.
No.
She doesn't look old enough to be your mom. How would you come to that?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It was horrifying
either.
because I really do like her and respect her, and I was like, oh, I just brought over this, like, douche. But she can handle herself. I mean, she took him to task, and then made us all laugh with her comedic.
I would
feelings.
also like to say that, like, immediately after that, we fucking ducked the fuck out of there and left him out on the balcony with Erin Foley and, like, all of those people. And so I'm genuinely hoping that she noticed that we fucking left him there.
Not for her to deal with.
Not for her to deal with, but just
for
like
us
to
not
get
to have
away
to deal
from
with them
him.
anymore.
Because right after we got pictures with them, I was like, let's go. Let's
get
go.
out of here.
Let's go. We gotta sneak out of here. And I was like, we need to go fast so he doesn't see us and
I
follow
forgot
us.
one of the choice things that he did.
What?
So before we went outside and we were still in the lounge area, he was like, oh my god, so that chick at the bar, the redhead,
Oh my god.
I think I totally banged her during South by Southwest. We totally hooked up. And he got this picture of her from his phone. And
Again.
I didn't see it, but Molly's like, oh, I guess.
Again, this is a guy that is potentially trying to pick one of us up.
See, I think what happened was he like knows about nigging or whatever from the game. This stuff's gonna work hardcore. Like bringing up girls that you've been with. I've had that so many times. Like I don't know if it's a guy trying to tell me that he's not interested in me or if he's trying to make me jealous. But it's happened a couple times where someone's been like, oh my gosh, that chick is hot. Or like, I've hooked up with that chick. Like, what are you doing? I just never...
That's not how you pick up a girl.
Yeah, that's not going to make her more interested. But
We don't want to be, like, obsessed over, but we also kind of want to feel like the only girl you think about.
Or, like, I don't know,
least
it just
until,
seems
like,
weird.
it's a relationship. Once it's a relationship, that's fine.
It just
I will
seems
tell
weird.
Jimmy if I'm attracted to another guy. And he'll
Yeah.
tell me if he thinks someone's hot. Because we've been in a relationship for a year.
Like, you know
but, like,
each
when
other.
you're just picking up somebody and you're trying to, like, spark something, that's not the time to
I
talk about
wonder,
other
though,
people you slept with.
I feel like they use it as a test, kind of, to see if you get weird. If you're like, why would you bring that up? And they would be like, well, what's your problem? Why can't I talk about the things that I like to talk
No,
about?
I think he was just a douche.
I forgot about that one, though. That was like the icing on the cake. Anyway, should we move on to the next episode? Episode 12, the one with the dozen lasagnas. Central Park.
Mm-hmm. I have a lot of notes for this one.
This is the opening where they all sing the Odd Couple theme song.
Yes. another really fucking disgusting moment with Paolo is about to happen, where she does the poke
we're done.
nose, and I want to punch her in the face.
Cute?
No.
Polka shoops?
I did not. I did not find it cute. I hated it. That's not cute.
You've never liked him.
I don't. I just don't like him. I didn't like him from the beginning. He's very hairy. Not into that. You know his back is hairy.
Oh my gosh, just wait until the massage scene.
Yeah, but it's not hairy in that scene, but you know they shaved that shit because he is a hairy person.
Yeah.
You see his chest, and it's gross. It's a lot. I'm sorry. I'm all, like, you, again, you do you. But it's not my taste.
Ross's comment about how much he knows about the birthing processes. If I got stuck in a woman's uterus, I could find my way out of there in no time. It's like, well, buddy, there's only one way out of there. I should hope so.
You can't go up. There's nowhere to go.
So this episode is all about the baby, and then Paolo and Rachel's relationship. Pokenos, like Pokenos.
No.
Ah, Pokeboshed.
I'm a massive fan of Rachel's outfit, though. I love the schoolgirl chic that she does. She
I like
does
the
it a
long
lot.
one. I've never seen that twist on it. The long dress. I mean, the long skirt.
Yeah. I love it. She does it a lot. She does the schoolgirl look a lot, and I'm a big fan. Preppy slut outfits.
Because you went to private school.
I like it. It's true. That's probably why. I didn't mind my uniforms because I did slut them up. Sure did. I sure rolled those skirts up.
Mm-hmm.
I wore knee highs. I knew what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that.
Did you do that thing where you have to like put your arm against your leg, and that's how short your skirt can be?
Our skirts were supposed to be 3 inches above our knee, or less.
But they were
or
super
more.
strict about it.
Well, they would measure. The amount. Mine never were that. I got in trouble one time.
Did you roll up the hem?
Yeah, I always
You were one of
rolled
those girls.
Oh yeah, I had a big lump around my waist because I rolled my skirt up so much, but I didn't care. I wanted my legs to show. But
back to our conversation about perverts and teenage girls.
Listen, I already admitted that I dated older guys. I dated a 21-year-old when I was in high school, and I was definitely around
How did you even meet
16. He worked at the arcade at the mall.
Oh my gosh, Mom.
I scored a winner.
Well, I was just as cool. When I was in 5th grade, I wore this outfit for our portrait session. I still have the picture, but it was burgundy and it was a t-shirt. It was a mock turtleneck and it was burgundy. And I leaned against the tree.
Fantastic. I was stoned for most of my picture days, so they did not turn out well.
Did you have bloodshot eyes?
Or they were shut.
Staring off in another direction.
Not great. What the fuck is Carol wearing? Is she wearing a velvet?
It looks so uncomfortably hot.
What is it?
It's like
it's
a
velvet.
velour.
It's definitely velvet. No, it's velvet. That is some thick velour if it's velour.
Is it a pants? Is it matching with pants or is it a dress? I don't think they put a baby bump on her at all. They just put her in like baggy clothes to make her look bigger.
Yeah. It's a shirt. I think it's just a really big turtleneck shirt with
leggings or something.
Velour blue leggings. So it's an emerald green velour/velvet oversized turtleneck over navy dark navy blue velour/velvet leggings. This is her outfit.
Just being in Texas, I can't ever imagine wearing an outfit like that and being able to live another day.
You'd die.
Looks so hot.
Here's the awkwardness between Susan. Would you want to find out the sex? The sex of your baby,
probably.
by the way, for people that aren't
I don't think I
watching
could
the
wait
show.
that long.
They are discussing the sex of the baby because Carol found out the sex of the baby that day, which is why Ross is there. And Susan just showed up, who is her lesbian lover.
Her lover.
And...
Not her girlfriend or her partner.
No. And Carol told Susan, but Ross doesn't want to find out.
Spoiler, guys, Ross ends up finding out.
You don't think that you would
No,
want
I
to
think
know?
I would.
I would want to know. It's 2016. I need to prepare for that shit.
I mean, you gotta make the nursery.
Yeah. I don't... Like, what do you do? What do you get?
Oh my God, I'm so excited to find out what the baby's gonna be. Like waiting until the last minute.
One of my notes is cute Joey and shit apartment.
This is my life.
This is the shit apartment.
This is the stage I'm in. The table broke? Well, whatever, man. Let's have a major conversation about buying a piece of furniture.
They both look pretty good right now. I mean, Chandler is wearing a bowling shirt, but I get it.
He always is wearing a bowling shirt. Point out to me when he's not.
Oh, so can we definitely talk about the fact that this is way pre-cell phones? This is like hardcore shove it in your face pre-cell phones. Because if they had cell phones, the whole scene with Ross, Carol, and Susan wouldn't have happened.
Like going over to see someone?
Well, but going over there to see someone for one piece, just to find out if the doctor's appointment went okay. That's why he went there. He didn't know.
House phone, though. Maybe they just live
I don't
close.
think you really do that. I know, like, I feel like you would just go.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be a scene, really, if you were just calling her.
Right.
Look who it is. Bella Peavy.
Enter Paolo with his nasty ass matty chest hair.
What's happening over there?
I don't know. Hold on a second. You continue for a minute.
Hey guys, it's me, and I'm gonna talk about this scene. Paolo's here for a massage. Like that little macrame candle holder.
I'm back.
I didn't know that Phoebe was a masseuse until now.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like they have discussed it before.
Oh, look at his body. They shaved a lot on him.
As much as they could.
As much as they could. They had to throw that razor away.
Definitely. They went through a couple.
Dark navy blue must have been like the in color this year. Because there's a lot
I
of
wore
that.
a lot of that growing up.
I feel like I did too. Maybe it was a 90s thing.
It's not anymore. Nobody wears navy blue.
No.
I like this lady in the background is straight staring at the scene happening.
The black lady in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Totally. She's
See,
just
what's going
watching
on over
it
there?
happen.
There's a guy at the phone booth in the background. There's so much happening in the background.
Oh my god. Well, this is one of the first episodes that you see, like a different part of the coffee shop, where you just saw that one scene where they like leaned over and asked for coffee.
Oh yeah.
You don't normally see that in there. I kind of like that they put the older lady in the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little spicy. Spice it up.
Mm-hmm.
Back there. With some different ages.
Oh boy.
Full-blown butt grabs. 1994.
What a surprise that he is a dog.
You know, we have love for the Italians. Joey, we're all for Joey. But when you're like a sleazy, hairy Italian guy, I'm not into you. Not into you. You need to shape up your act.
What is this shirt?
I'll take Joey any day of the week.
What is that shirt, though?
I don't know. What are these furniture pieces that they're looking at?
It's
They're
hard to
all
look at this stuff
terrible.
and understand that it would be going for full price because it's actually new in 1994. Because it all looks like a Goodwill to me.
It does.
But did you see the layaway?
Absolutely horrible.
Did you ever do layaway growing up?
Yeah.
That was how we did Christmas.
Really? That's so
Kmart
funny.
layaway.
We did not, but my sister does it all the time. I've done it before.
Exists?
Yeah, Kmart has layaway.
Yeah. I can't believe Kmart's still happening. Did you hear in the Ari Shaffir thing he mentioned Heckenschers? Like where the old Heckenschers was?
Yeah.
That's very Maryland.
Well, that's because apparently he's so Maryland. I was just, the podcast I listened to today was his latest one, which he didn't talk about Moon Tower at all in, which was slightly disappointing. But he talked about Maryland so much, and like going to school here, and like working at the dorms here, and like living here.
Well, Maryland has a pretty big Orthodox population.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And he went to like, a Jewish college in New York and transferred to Maryland. Mm-hmm. And, he also talked about, when he was telling his dates, he was like, he gave a date in Baltimore, Maryland, and he was like, my hometown. Oh. I was like, shut up. Like, how did I not know this about you? I've listened to your podcast for years.
You better go,
and I've
girl.
never known. I know, I think it's in May though, so like, I definitely don't think I'd make it.
Well,
I'm a really solid fan, in case any of you know. I have no idea when or where he's playing. Really on it.
Yeah, but you're a pretty big fan.
Two things going on right now. First of all, I really love that Phoebe said that she doesn't make those cookies often because she feels bad for the other cookies.
Oh my god.
I love that part. It's a very good insight into Phoebe. There's a scene in another episode later on.
She's a
that's
true
very
empath.
much like this. Yeah. Also, I just hit my face on the microphone.
Real pros, guys. I really did like this exchange. That was very mature.
I did too. And for some reason, I really aesthetically appreciate the choice of the paper towel pole in this scene. When she gets up, it's right after
when she pulls it behind her.
She gets up and she walks over to the paper towels and she grabs one paper towel and pulls it across the entire kitchen. And I just like, for some reason, I'm just like, that's such, I understand that to the core.
State,
yeah, just being in that state, not understanding what I'm doing and just like going with movement.
And then what I would have done is like gotten really mad that the paper towels didn't break and then stomped all over them.
It's true. It's true. I really like it. I really like it.
I just can't imagine not seeing this stuff coming. I'm such a I don't know, not a pessimist, but
not seeing him cheating on her.
Yeah, what's somebody that's like?
Well, so that's the whole idea of like a fling. Like she said from the beginning that this was a fling,
but she's starting to like fall for him.
Well, right in the beginning of this episode, she's like, "I don't think it's a fling anymore. I really like him. I like being around him. I like being with him. It makes me so happy." And I'm like, but
this is where she's getting serious. This episode.
If he knows that it's a fling. And he thinks that it's a fling.
And they can't speak English. He can't speak English.
And he can't speak English. I
mean, Molly, very good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, I feel like I would think that was, like, a possibility. Until you had the discussion with him. But she hadn't had the discussion with him.
They never have really communicated.
No, she just told her friends this morning. And she's like, I don't think it's a fling anymore. Mm-hmm. Which means she hasn't told him that.
He just speaks Italian at her. And she speaks English back at him.
Right. I love the foosball table. Also, not to be a broken record, but Ari Shaffir's latest episode is completely about a professional woman foosball / comedian.
Oh. Go check out another podcast.
Because it's probably better than ours.
No, it's pretty good. You should check that one out.
It is like 2 hours long, so it's really long.
It gets rid of a large chunk of my workday when I listen to that one.
It does. It definitely, it takes up, like a few days of travel for me to work and back again. But it was a very interesting podcast. It was nice to listen to. Like, it was a professional woman foosball champion. And then, she's also a comedian.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Although I will say, during the conversation, he said to her, are men generally better than women at sport? And she was like, no. And he was like, well, I mean, like in golf, how like a professional woman golfer probably couldn't beat a professional man golfer, but a professional woman golfer could beat me. Mm-hmm. And she was like, no, I've beaten professional foosball players.
I love how she was like calm about it, like, well,
yeah, no, she was totally cool about it, but I was just like,
why do you think that?
Why? I really loved the throwing the clothes over the balcony. That was an awesome part of this. It was an awesome little addition.
I like that they got the exterior shot of the clothes coming down.
It was a good choice. It was a good choice on the
Your
director.
fashion is just as bad as it was originally, Paolo.
And it's not French. That's not French fashion. I don't know what that is. That's like
European,
really bad American
vague
fashion.
European. I like that she gives him a lasagna. This whole end part is great to me. I don't like Russ, but I loved what he did here. I think I speak for everyone. Slams the door.
Yeah, I do. I love that choice. He's standing by the door, and
there
he's
are like brief like flickers where I sense something like better in him. That was one of them.
Yeah, totally.
Like when he's really smart.
That's what I'm saying.
Sharp.
Eventually, you do develop caring towards Ross. It's just the first and like second season. It's really hard to do that with him.
I think his sibling relationship with Monica endears him to me too.
Yeah, it totally does. They're extremely close, and he has genuine like care for her because of their home relationship. I can kind of fill you in on that, but like their parents don't appreciate her at all. He's their firstborn and he's their son, and so he's like the prodigy child who can't do anything wrong. And she kind of gets blamed for everything and is constantly criticized, especially by the mother. And he's extremely supportive with her with that throughout the whole series. He's like always like backing her up and stuff with them.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, I mean, that you do get a little bit more connected to him through that. Can we discuss Rachel's volume? Her hair volume right now.
It's pretty
There
insane.
is 2 cans of hairspray in that.
Maybe a hair bump. Do you remember those?
They still have those.
My grandmother, one Christmas, she got me like an attachable ponytail. It upset me in high school.
That's fantastic.
She was like, this is something fun girls would enjoy. That and like day of the week underwear.
Oh my god, and day of the week socks. I had day of the week underwear and socks.
That was a thing.
For some reason, at the end of the last episode, one of my notes is 90s nose jobs. And I don't remember who I was saying that about, but it had to have been Carol or Susan. Maybe it was about
All
Susan.
3 of these ladies have good noses, so maybe it's one of them.
No, it was at the end of the last
need
episode.
One?
No, I was saying that like someone had like a really like because you know how in the 90s when they had nose jobs, everything became really pointy. Everything was sharp and pointy. Mm-hmm. And someone in the last episode, it had to have been Carol or Susan. I just was looking at them and I was like, that's a nose job. It's so much volume. Her hair, it's just like, there's 3 hairs on her hair. I've never sworn off men. I've had a lot of breakups. Granted, I've been the one to break up with most of the people. No. And I've never done that. I've never been like, I don't want men. I don't want
that guy.
I don't want this one. But I'll take another.
There are more than that one.
Yeah.
It's pretty great that Monica's
like his
awesome
whole
with this,
idea
too.
of the screening process was really funny. I liked that. Ross's idea of having a screening process for Rachel.
Oh. Cosimo Fusco. That's Paolo's name.
It's definitely Italian.
I wonder what he's up to.
This is funny when they kick Monica out.
It's like, I'm
they're
going.
trying to get him in, and then
it's time for me to go.
And then they go and play some more. My last note for this episode is Chef Tiny Fridge. And that's because I came to terms with the fact that Monica is a chef and they have the tiniest fridge I've ever seen in my entire life. And how are you a chef and you cook things like
She
a
cooked
dozen
lasagnas.
lasagnas. Where did you put them? You did not put a dozen lasagnas in your fridge. If you did, then you had to take everything
pulling them
in
out
your
of, like,
fridge
the
out.
oven.
Yeah, like, where are you keeping these? Because they're not in your fridge. And if they are, where's everything that was in your fridge? Because you had to take it all out.
He looks better now in his 50s.
Cosimo.
Cosimo.
Has he done anything?
I mean, he looks menacing, but that can wait.
What's the last thing he said?
Let's see. Where's Matera? Matera, Italy.
That's where he lives.
Yeah, also he's born. Oh, this is actually near my uncle's town, Matera. It looks. You should Google it. It's just like a mountain of homes.
Oh, I've seen stuff like that over there.
That's what that city's known for. Let's see. Last thing he was in was Dante's Hell animated. He's in a lot of Italian. He's in the Vatican, a TV movie. Let's see what's going on in this forum. This guy.
This guy.
Somebody just titled it, "This guy ... is a huge crap weasel." Discuss.
Oh my god. He is a crab weasel. Oh my god, that's from Friends.
Oh, is it? Yeah, they said that he's quoting
she
David
calls
Schwimmer.
him a crab weasel. See, Friends are everywhere.
They really are. You can't avoid them.
They are. It's great. This is why it's important to watch Friends, because of cultural literacy.
Oh, how about that?
That is why you should watch Friends, because 80% of the population watched Friends. There are Friends references all the time. People talk about Friends. They quote Friends all the time.
And it won't die.
It won't die.
Because of Taylor Swift.
Right? And so you should watch it, because even if you don't like it, that way when people talk about it, you don't look stupid. Or like you just like are ignorant, you know?
And that's our PSA for why you guys should all watch Friends. Be sure to check us out wherever we are.
www.tvguidespodcast.com.
Yeah.
TV Guides Podcast on iTunes, TV Guides Podcast on YouTube, TV Guides Podcast on SoundCloud, and TV Guides Podcast on Twitter.
Yes. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. One name can't miss us.
Bye, guys.
Rule number one is that you gotta have fun. But baby, when you're done, you gotta be the first to run. Rule number two, just don't get attached to somebody you could lose. So let me tell you, this is how to be a heartbreaker. Boys, they like a little danger. We'll get him falling for a stranger, a player singing I love you. How to be a heartbreaker. Boys, they like the look of danger. We'll get him falling for a stranger, a player singing I love you. At least I think I do.